Hey y'all, it's Leah, and welcome to my Ideas book series. In this series, I'm going to be making some basic junk journal elements that you can use in any of your junk journals. These are just going to be very basic pieces made out of copy paper most of the time. Sometimes I'll use cardstock if it's something that really needs to be sturdy, but the idea is that they're going to go in this ideas book that I just have. It's just a bunch of random book pages that I have. And so it'll just be a collection of really basic ideas. I like doing them on copy paper because I can write down notes to myself and kind of give myself hints of things that I could do. So for today's video, we are going to be doing an accordion pocket tag. And this is what it could look like. I saw this idea in a live the other day with Stacy and Dana from Two Sisters Crafty Jam, and I'll link their video below. But it's just this really fun little accordion pocket that you can attach together. But when you open it up, you've got these fun little pockets that you could put pieces of ephemera, you could make little tags, whatever you want. You can have as many or as few pockets as you want. You could do this just with one, or you could do multiple. You can do, any number depending on how you're going to use it. You can use digitals for this. You can have, you could use like cardstock, decorative cardstock, whatever you want. You can even decorate the back if you want it to be maybe something that you clip into your journal, or it could go into a bigger pocket, or it could it could be glued down into your journal. Maybe you just glue on the three sides and make it another pocket on there, and in that case you wouldn't decorate the back. So however you want to use that. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside and we'll go ahead and get started. So for this, you are going to need your front tag, which my measurements are 2 3/4 by 4 1/2. Again, these measurements can be scaled up or down depending on your project. But this, if you have these measurements, then you can kind of see how much you need to go up or down. The measurements are not super specific. You just want to have your front tag smaller than your back tag, just so you can see some of the edges around it. Okay. So then our large tag is going to be 3 1/2 by 5 1/2. And then for your pockets, these are 2 3/4 by 8. And the idea is you need it to be the same width as your small tag. And then you want it to be, however, when you fold it up, it needs to come to the corner. So you're going to see I'm going to notch my corners in a second. So it needs to be short enough that it's going to hit below wherever that bottom notch is. And then for this one, I'm going to make 3 pockets. And so I just have 3 of those cut at 2 3/4 by 8. So I'm just going to use my handy dandy little card to take. This is just a regular gift card that I had, an old gift card that I just cut random angles on it. And so I know this is going to work for me. So I'm just going to cut those corners. And notice I'm doing them together. So that way my pockets or my tags are even. They have the same angles. Over. Okay. Got that. Those out of the way. All right. So we've got our tag. So now you can see when I fold this up, it's going to hit below that notch. You just don't want your pockets to be sticking up. So I'm going to set those to the side and we'll go ahead and work on our pockets. So all you're going to do for this is you're going to fold them in half. And then you're going to take your glue and you're going to do a bead of glue on either side. And then close it up. and then repeat for however many pockets you are doing. So fold and glue. And notice I'm being not being super meticulous with this because this is just an ideas book. This is not going anywhere in a regular journal. So I would take my time a little bit more and make sure my glue is more even if this was one that I was doing. Now, one thing you can do is you can notch your pockets if you want. In that case, I would strongly suggest trying to use a punch that you could do all of your papers at once. If not, if you can do 2 of them together, and then once you get those punched, use one and then use that as your template for the next one, so you know where you punched and can make them all even. All right, so now we're going to put our pockets together to make the accordion. So for this, you're basically doing an upside down T. So you're going to go down the center and then across the bottom. And then you're going to lay one on top of the other. Just make sure they're even. Okay. Just press that down and then do the same thing. So down and across. Lay that one on top. And then now you're ready to attach your tags. So same process, you're going to go down and across, and then lay that one on top. And notice now my pockets are below that notch, and you're going to flip it over, and you're going to down and across, and you're going to, I'm going to do it this way so I can see. I can center it on there. And that is the essence of the pocket. So you open that up. Once it's all glued, I'm trying to mess with it while the glue is still a little wet. But you can see that you'd have your little accordions on there. And so what I am going to do is I am going to attach this into my book. So I'm just going to find a random page. Let's go there. And I'm just going to add some glue down on there. I'm going to put my label on here just so I know what it is. I can see my measurements, and I can still see my measurements for that. But I'm actually going to do it so I can see it through there. All right. And then if I had any other notes, so I'm going to put like options, eyelets, decorate the back, anything else that I wanted to add on there, I would just put on there. And so that is done. That is our first project. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you will be making your own ideas book, and join us for our next video. Thanks, y'all.